Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I wanted to let everybody know they're doing it again. iTrustCapital is running who's one of my sponsors. iTrustCapital is running a contest. Win the ultimate USC football VIP experience. I've been to this game with them, I think 2 years in a row. Catch the USC Trojans live at the historic LA Memorial Coliseum with an all-expense-paid trip to Los Angeles. Don't miss out. Enter now. You can go to @iTrustCapital, their X profile, and you can click on the link to sign up. Check out what you get with it. 2 USC football VIP tickets, and trust me, it's VIP. It's like their place is literally in the end zone. It's the most amazing experience I've ever had. And last time, one of my friends and his son got to run out of the tunnel with the players. I mean, it's pretty cool. 2 airfare vouchers, $300 Uber service credit, food and drinks at the game, 2-night hotel stay, $400 gift card, iTrustCapital X USC t-shirt, Crypto Trojan hat. Really cool stuff. If they have an extra ticket, I might have to fly out there myself. Okay. And speaking of sponsors, Glint and Miles Franklin, both of these guys are my sponsors, Jason Cousins and Andy Scheckman. They started a new podcast YouTube channel. They call it The Resilient Compass. And this right here, Jason Cousins, the CEO of Glint, is talking about how he's meeting with states in the United States that are trying to get gold designated as a legal tender. Listen to this.
Yeah, I never thought that when I set up Glint or had the idea for Glint in 2008 that actually we'd have US states working on this type of initiative. I'm actually in Texas this week because I've been invited to speak to legislators and treasurers across the whole country who are coming here to discuss, transactional gold and silver as legal tender, as you said, as is their right under the Constitution, Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1, which states that no state may make a currency except, of course, gold and silver. And I think what's really great in this country is the balance that the US states have with the Fed or should have. And I think that balance is that power that the state has to counter what the Fed has been doing is now, the legislature is starting to wake up and say we need to use our powers. And so there's this really strong movement. And we're talking about, I think the last time I counted, up to 20 US states who are considering working on drafting or even have passed bills dealing with or concerning or in relation to making gold and silver legal tender. And I'm privileged to be here and at all times speaking to some of these people and explain how easy this can be with a platform like Glint. Literally, we're doing this already. And some might say, well, if you're doing this already, why does the state need to get involved? Well, the state needs to get involved because, number one, to protect the rights of citizens to be able to use gold and silver as money, because, of course, the Fed could make changes in the future to legislation. But with the state's backing, they wouldn't be able to do that. And, of course, the other thing is to challenge the tax status on gold and silver, which the IRS currently classify gold and silver as even gold and silver species, such as the gold and silver US dollar, the eagle, as collectibles. You can't use them to transact. Really, you're just collecting them. Well, of course, this all changes when the state authorizes a gold and silver currency, and it all changes when it's combined with a platform like Glint to actually enable it to be used as money. So it's super exciting. I mean, what has everybody been waiting for? Even the whole cryptocurrency community as well, and the gold community. We want a reintroduction of sound money, and if you can't get central banks to do it, then I thought what we needed to do was create a bottom-up return to sound money. What we've got here is actually regional governments, US states getting behind it, and it's on both sides of the aisle. It's being supported in a lot of states with co-sponsors by Democrats as well, because this is an issue to do with economic justice. This is to do with giving everybody an equal opportunity to prosper. So it's really exciting.
All right, and then we got that. Look, top 8 analyst ETH price predictions. ARK Invest is calling for 166,000 by 2032. VanEck 22 by 2030. Shangli 5,094 by 2025. Digital coin price 7,528 2025. Let me see if there's any other crazy ones. 8,000 into 2024. Then we got this. I like this tweet. Rise of Phoenix. These are XRP price predictions, I guess. 75 cents, $1.13, $3.30, $6.15, $26.60, $50, $113.13. I would take that in a second. This I would really be interested in. Now, you want to know what's going to set this thing off? This is what's going to set it all off. And it's going to happen imminently. In fact, I just contributed to my SEP IRA on iTrustCapital because I'm getting ready, and I will be buying XRP once the money gets in there.
Brad, great to be here. It is a very sensitive market, and right now, all of a sudden, things have come together in what seems like almost a Goldilocks scenario for the data. It's a tremendous shift from what we had a week or so ago when we had the market sell-off, but now we have CPI coming in soft,
Goldilocks
which was
scenario.
expected, but then we have weekly initial unemployment claims continuing down and retail sales coming in very strong. We have a very strong confluence of data now, along with Fed comments that they're ready to cut rates and stand ready to respond to labor market softness. So it's really coming together in a nice way, and we think the soft landing is firmly in place and probably actually setting the stage for growth acceleration toward the end of the year into early 2025. So we think the market reaction here is right to take this data very favorably.
So going into the end of this year, these politicians, this is how they roll. They'll lower interest rates to give the appearance of strength at the end, right going into the election. Then we've got Mark Cuban. Now remember, these two guys had absolutely no problem with how we were all censored, and we were censored. On Twitter 1.0, before Elon Musk bought it. Google, they've been censoring before, after, and now. I mean, they've never stopped. Facebook probably never stopped, but we know that they censored things like the Hunter Biden laptop in 2020. All of those were the biggest offenders. But now he doesn't have a problem with it until Elon Musk is actually letting us speak and have free speech.
I mean, look at Elon.
Now he's got a problem with
Elon, in being one of those powerful people, he's trying to be the most influential man in the world. It sounds like a commercial, but literally that's what Twitter is giving him.
I've got to say, I think he might be that. I don't even think
they had no problem with it when Jack Dorsey owned Twitter and he was censoring Americans, lying and keeping information away from Americans about things that would have mattered, such as the Hunter laptop being real. They had no problem with that.
Trying to be, when you talk about somebody who is setting up satellite links for war zones and also controlling discourse in the most important media platform, I would think he is the most powerful.
Because Twitter is in almost every country, right? And so Twitter gives him the ability to connect to the prime minister, the head of every country in the world.
That's right.
And that person, whoever's in charge of that country, has an interest.
They had no problem with it until it worked in Trump's favor. That's when they had a problem with it. Now, this is... I may skip this, but I want to remind everybody, Circle is one of the companies that really seems to be pushing this crypto for Harris. Well, I don't remember Circle being sued by the SEC. I don't remember them being stopped when they wanted to have a money printing machine to print USDC into existence and make billions of dollars. I don't remember Goldman Sachs backed Circle facing any of the headwinds that everybody else did when Operation Choke Point 2.0 occurred. I don't remember them being stopped from doing anything over the last 4 years. So it's easy for them to go to crypto for Harris and act like and even believe that the Harris team is somehow going to do an about face from what Elizabeth Warren, Gary Gensler, Joe Biden, and that whole crew did for the last 4 years. So I think it's a bunch of BS. Unless you've been affected the way Ripple and other companies have been affected by Operation Choke Point 2.0, I don't think you're really in a place to opine. Patrick McHenry is calling Chuck Schumer out. I welcome Senator Schumer's interest in digital asset legislation to protect consumers and foster innovation. The House has done its work by passing the bipartisan FIT 21 with 2/3 vote in support back in May. Senate action on digital asset market structure is long overdue. So he's calling him out. Do it. Then, see, I keep trying to tell you folks, this is an op-ed, I think. Bad luck timing today's anti-crypto hit piece by Better Markets in FT, only hours after Senate Dem leader Schumer headlined Crypto for Harris event. So they're saying Kamala Harris should not cave to the overtures from the crypto crowd. And they put a picture of Sam Bankman-Fried to illustrate the evils of crypto. Ironically, it was the same people in power who were his best buddies. And we still have not seen Gary Gensler's calendar or heard anything about what Gary Gensler was meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried about, and the CFTC was meeting with him. So, boy, do they try to rewrite history. I mean, it's sick. Then, imminently, actually in about 25 minutes, Stuart Alderati is going to be on Crypto Law, John Deaton's law firm's channel, with J.W. Verrett. That'll be an interesting thing to watch. They'll be on there at 11 o'clock Eastern time. I will be watching. Now, we got two new things in DAIXRP.com. One is a new video that's pretty shocking when you see it. And another is a photo that's very shocking when you see it. Because when you see it, it's the first time we've seen a photo this up close that's been released. And when you see it, you're going to say to yourself the same thing I did, which is, there is no way on earth that this guy gets up on a roof without someone seeing him and taking him out, unless he's allowed to get on that roof. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family. New video, new photo. This stuff is being released almost like death by 1,000 cuts. Death to who, you say? Death to whoever was behind this attempted assassination on Donald Trump. Here we go.